Hello, I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Fairfield County Planning and Zoning Board. And the first thing I'd like to do is get approval of the agenda for today. Is there anyone with a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right. The motion has been, we had a first and second on it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. All right, the motion carries. The minutes are approved, or excuse me, the agenda is approved. Now for the approval of the minutes of our last meeting. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to go over those. May I hear a motion on those, please?
Motion to approve.
And a second. All right, all in favor of approving the minutes from our last meeting, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The motion passes. All right, today our agenda item, we are looking at the zoning reclassification from RD1, which is rural residential, to B2, which is general business, of 0.69 acres owned by Kevin and Clarita Glover. This is tax map number 186-01-14-008-000, and the property is located at 1053 U.S. Highway 21, Ridgeway, South Carolina, 29130. Joseph, may I get the staff presentation, please?
So as Julie mentioned, we have a rezone proposal from RD1 to B2 for the purpose of operating a retail store and event venue space located at 1053 U.S. Highway 321. When taking a look at the comprehensive plan guidance, the future land use map, as referenced in the comprehensive plan adopted in 2024, identifies this area for urban expansion. These areas are meant to encourage a mixture of uses, including commercial services. As such, approving the rezone would comply with the recommendations of the comprehensive plan. The applicant has requested a rezone from RD1 to B2 to allow for the development of a retail store and event venue space. While the surrounding area primarily consists of RD1 zoning, the adjacent parcel to the north is currently zoned B2 and is the site of a gourmet grocery store. The comprehensive plan identifies this area for urban expansion and encourages a mixture of uses to provide housing opportunities, employment centers, public uses, and commercial services. The proposed rezoning from RD1 to B2 would therefore be consistent with the comprehensive plan and the established zoning pattern in the area. Accordingly, staff suggests that the Planning Commission recommend approval of the rezoning request to County Council. Back to you.
Thank you, Joseph. Now we would like to hear from Ms. Clarita Glover, please.
Good evening to the members of the Planning Commission, to Mr. Toledo, and to the residents in the county that are present here today. My name is Clarita Laverne Prelo Glover. I'm married to Kevin Glover, who's here with me, and I have my parents also with me, Clarita and Donald Prelo. I'm a resident, a native of Fairfield County, born and raised in Ridgeway. My father, James Prelo, owned Prelo's Phillips 66 service station located on, we called it back then, the back street, but 3rd Street in Ridgeway. My dad also owned a business located there later on, Prelo's House of Sound. He also owned a business in Longtown. My husband's family are the Glovers from Fairfield County, from Winsboro. They've also owned business. I'm saying all this to say that we are, oh, and I forgot, my uncle, my mom's brother, owned a business in Fairfield County as well. So I'm from a long lineage of business owners in Fairfield County. I currently live in Richland County. I retired with 32 years of service from South Carolina Department of Transportation, where I managed 46 counties, including 10 councils of governments on the transit side. I worked cohesively with Reginald Simmons of Central Midlands COG to approve and to get the multimodal plan in for South Carolina to include Fairfield County. So this is not a strange bird to me. I'm very, very, very tuned in to public comment. What I want to let everyone here know today is I'm very passionate. When I retired from the DOT, I thought I would be a consultant. Started work with that for 6 months and realized that that was no longer my passion. My passion is interior design, where my husband and I are now in business together because he's retired. But during my time working with the DOT, I ran my business part-time, but now since 2018, I've been managing that on a full-time basis. So I'm very passionate about what I do, but I am so delighted and honored to have the opportunity to bring my business to Ridgeway, where I'm born and raised. And I'm even more delighted that the house that we've purchased is located at 1053 US Highway 21, which part of 21 has now been named the Donald Prelo, which is after my father. So I'm happy and delighted, and I hope that you all will see fit to vote in our honor so it will help me fulfill a lifelong dream that I have. And to let you know the type of person I am, we are a medium to high-end interior design and home furnishings business. And to help generate additional revenue due to the size of the building that we have, I would love to have the opportunity to extend that for small birthday parties and gathering. And the nature of my business is mainly my customer base is about 48 to 50 and up. So I don't deal with riffraff. I'm not a part, don't consider myself riffraff. And anything I do it to the highest level of excellence possible. So I say that today and ask that you will favorably vote to rezone this property. When I was a child, it was owned by the Hollis family, and I already thought it was commercial. So when we purchased it, I actually thought that because it was adjacent, didn't realize that only a portion of it was, which is now owned by Molly Creek. So we own Lot A and Lot B, and then Molly Creek is right adjacent to us, so we share a property. And as I stated, my family still lives and resides in Ridgeway, and I'm very, very much familiar with the area and the residents, and I want to assure everyone that our business and our property will be of the highest level of look, value, and we know how to conduct ourselves. My husband and I are deacons at the Bible Way Church of Atlas Road, and my dad is very active in the community, and my mom and her family are lifelong residents of Ridgeway as well. Any questions of me? Thank you for the opportunity to speak on our behalf.
Thank you very much. All right, so we go to the next phase, and what I'd like to know, is there any discussion regarding this, or are we ready to vote based on the information given? All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve this rezoning from RD 1 to B2.
Second. All right, all in favor of approving this application, changing it from RD1 to B2, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Passes. All right, is there anything else that we need to discuss, Joseph?
Nope, that's all. That's the only item on the agenda.
All right.
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your presentation